Hey riders, welcome to another video in our adventure motorcycle training series. I'm Eric Lange with Ride Adventures. I've been riding and guiding motorcycle trips. You've heard all that stuff before, but today if you're shopping for motorcycle training, I want to talk through what you can expect to gain and learn in our ADV 1 course. So let's get in character. Okay, let's start by explaining who is this type of training for, like why would you be looking for such motorcycle training course. So what it's really meant to be for is people who either have never touched dirt before, gravel, never been off pavement before, or those who have been off pavement and done a lot of this travel but still aren't quite feeling confident in all the situations that they encounter. So when we say people who have never been off-road before, okay, our training really requires that you've got your motorcycle license. You don't have to have your own bike. You can either bring yours or rent one of ours, but also it requires you have at least 1,000 miles of riding experience overall. This isn't something where you just learned to ride last weekend and it was on pavement and now you're looking to go to the dirt right away. Get yourself at least a good solid 1,000 miles of riding experience before taking a course like this. It's also meant for, like I said, people who have been riding for a while, but you come across these situations where, you know, terrains change and you feel nervous, or maybe you're having a few more crashes and just mistakes are being made and you're nervous and exhausted and you want to find a way to feel more confident and comfortable and longer lasting out there. So this is also, of course, for people with perhaps thousands of miles of gravel and dirt experience, but wanting to boil it back to the basics. So what we're talking about here in ADV 1 is focusing in on 4 fundamentals and factors of motorcycle riding that you actually already know how to do if you're a rider with at least 1,000 miles under your belt. These 4 factors, if you're coming from the pavement, you might already have a good command over them, good control, but when you go from the consistent available traction and surface type that is something like pavement, when you then go off-road and the surfaces are changing, you might have rocks and logs and all sorts of stuff to navigate over, your command over these 4 factors and fundamentals is going to be there's going to be a much greater demand for you to have a more refined, quick, and reactive response to the changing conditions. Again, once you're getting away from the consistency, which is smooth pavement. Okay, so the first fundamental we're going to work on, again, something you've already worked on as a rider, that's your drive. The combination of your throttle and your clutch. You know, we tend to think of the throttle as being the only reason to accelerate or lurch forward or have some more power available. But in fact, the clutch is also a major factor. As you get further and further into adventure riding and surprises pop up from you in intricate little situations on the trail or in the terrain, you're gonna find a need to be able to slip and use that clutch to your advantage to change engine RPMs and torque and everything like that. And we're gonna work on some drills and some skills, things that you can actually practice on your home afterwards, after the class, to make sure you have the best command possible over your drive. Another of the 4 factors and fundamentals we're gonna work on with you is your braking. Of course, you already know how to use the brakes, right? You rode to the class probably. But braking is not just about hitting the brakes and being able to stop fast. It's also being able to stop slow and to use your brakes in a manner that's going to allow you to maintain traction in a situation where traction availability is changing all the time. So as it pertains to loading your suspension, maximizing your traction, that can be a major difference of whether or not you get through some situations out there in the adventure riding world. So we're going to hone in on your skills, work on some drills and some things that you can take home and work on even after the course. And the third of the 4 main factors that we're going to work on in ADV 1 is balance and body position. When you're riding on the pavement, sure, you've got some body position changes potentially, into curves, out of curves, turns, accelerating, things like that. But again, you need to be able to vary your body positions, be in the right body position in the first place, and know where your balance is on the bike and how you're inflicting weight and pressure on your suspension. That all again gets really greatly enhanced when you've got steep inclines and descents and all sorts of varieties and things that come into varied terrain. So again, we're going to spend some time working on your body position, understand where your feet and your butt and your arms and hands and everything should be on the bike to make sure you get through all these situations without a problem. The 4th and final fundamental we're going to focus on is your vision. Important part of riding is having your eyes and your focus on where it is you want to go, not where you don't want to go. And so as instructors out here in your training course, we're going to be able to actually visually detect where were your eyes and where was your head turned as you were going around a turn, for example, or here in the sand. A lot of riders get caught up, focused too much on what's immediately in front of their front wheel instead of the big picture of where they want to go. And just as usual, when you're focused on the ground in front of you, that can often be where you end up. And so you end up picking your bike up out of the sand. So we're going to be giving you feedback and helping you with thoughts and ways to think about your vision, making sure that it is combining with the other 3 fundamentals and factors and taking you where you want to go on your adventure bike, not where you don't want to go. So again, our ADV 1 course is meant for those riders who already have at least 1,000 miles of riding experience, but have not yet been into the dirt or off pavement. Also for riders who have spent plenty of time off pavement, but just have a couple of doubts and concerns about whether what they're doing is the right way or whether it's the most energy efficient way. A lot of things we can help you in that regard too, because again, going from the consistency of pavement to the incredibly dynamic situation that is riding over multiple changing terrains and uphills and downhills and all that, it's going to require your command over those 4 factors to be at their best. If you're looking for training like this, be sure to check our website. We've got dates, we're publishing new dates constantly, and locations. So hopefully we've got a training near you. If not, come and see us. We've got bikes that you can rent if your bike is not going to be able to be here. But yeah, that's it. We look forward to hearing from you and making you a better, more confident, capable, and successful adventure rider. So thanks for watching, everyone.